Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're tearing apart a scam that's designed to prey on one of our deepest fears, being watched. So let's get right into it. We're going to dissect a pretty nasty blackmail email, figure out all its dirty little tricks, and then build a rock-solid defense against it.
So, picture this. You open your email, and there it is, a threat. But this one feels different. It feels incredibly personal because the scammer is using something private, something you think is safe, as proof that they're inside your life.
And this is a real-life example. It's exactly what happened to a software engineer who got an email just like this. See, that one little detail, your own mobile number staring back at you, that's the hook. It's a cheap trick, but it's designed to completely bypass your rational brain and send you straight into panic mode. And then comes the demand. It's crystal clear and super urgent. $2,000, and it has to be in Bitcoin. The stakes suddenly feel incredibly high. The threat? Pay up, or they're going to release compromising footage they claim they recorded from your very own webcam. Now, what's so fascinating about this story is that even a seasoned software engineer felt his heart rate spike. It's this powerful reminder that it doesn't matter how tech-savvy you are. When our own privacy feels violated, that gut punch of fear, yeah, that's universal. The human layer is always the first target. But, okay, after that initial shock wears off, the mindset shifts. You go from panic to problem solving. It's time to put on the investigator hat, to stop being the victim and start analyzing the attacker's claims, turning this whole threat into a mystery that we can solve. And the investigation, believe it or not, was actually pretty straightforward. First, something clicks, a distant memory of a recent security breach at Substack. Second, a quick visit to the website, Have I Been Pwned, confirms it. Yep, the email address was part of that exact breach. And third, the correlation. The pieces just snap into place. It's not a hacker, it's just someone with a simple data file. And that right there is the big reveal. There's no sophisticated hacker hiding in the shadows, watching through a webcam. Nope. This is the work of what we call a script kiddie, someone using a basic automated script to blast out these threats using a leaked list of data. And just like that, the whole power dynamic flips on its head. They have nothing. All right, so now we know where they got the data. Let's really pull this email apart. You know how programmers look for code smells? Things that just don't seem right? Well, we're going to hunt for the logic smells that prove this entire threat is a total fake. Okay, so the first, and I gotta admit, kind of clever trick they use is something called a homoglyph attack. What they do is they use characters from other alphabets, like Cyrillic, that look almost identical to ours. And why do they do this? It's all to fool the automated spam filters that are trained to look for scary keywords. So check this out. To you and me, both of these words look like they say virus. But to a computer, to a spam filter, they are completely different strings of code. So by swapping in a Cyrillic V or another lookalike character, their scary email sails right past the filters and lands in your inbox. It's a pretty sneaky trick, right? But wait, there are more red flags. There's the God mode fallacy, this idea that they infected one device and now they magically control everything you own. That's a huge oversimplification. If they really had that kind of access, trust me, they'd be going for your bank account, not just $2,000. And that 48-hour timer, pure psychological warfare. It's fake pressure, designed to make you panic and not think clearly. All right, so we've totally picked apart this threat and shown it for the fake it is. Now for the most important part. Let's build your defense system so you are always prepared. This is where we turn knowledge into real-world action. So if you ever get an email like this, here's exactly what you do. Step 1, just pause, take a breath, do not reply, and definitely do not click on any links. Step 2, report it. Keep the email as evidence and report it to the relevant cybercrime authorities. And step 3, this is a big one. If they included an old password that you recognize, you need to change that password everywhere you've ever used it, immediately. Okay, that's the immediate fire drill. But now, let's talk about the long game. We need to harden your personal security architecture. Sounds fancy, but it just means creating smart layers of defense to protect your digital life. First layer of defense, you gotta decouple your identity. Use email alias services for newsletters, shopping sites, whatever. These create a unique forwarder email for each service. So if one of them gets breached, like what happened with Substack, you just delete that one alias. Poof, gone. Your real core email address stays safe and sound. The takeaway is to make your public emails totally disposable. Layer 2, let's beef up your authentication. That Substack breach leaked phone numbers, which makes getting security codes via SMS really risky because of attacks called SIM swapping. The fix?
move to an authenticator app, or even better, get a physical security key. This is so crucial. Your phone number is just another piece of data. It should never be the master key to your digital kingdom.
And finally, layer 3. This one's my favorite because it's so beautifully simple and low-tech. That whole terrifying webcam footage threat, you can neutralize it completely with a $1 piece of plastic, a simple webcam cover. It is the only 100% effective security patch against a compromised camera. Sometimes the best security is just a physical barrier. So, you see, when we start putting all of these pieces together, a much bigger picture starts to emerge. This isn't just about protecting ourselves as individuals. It's about fundamentally undermining the entire business model that these scammers rely on. You have to understand, this whole thing is just an automated pipeline. Scammers buy up leaked data on the cheap, and they use scripts to weaponize it and exploit fear at a massive scale. But by spreading this knowledge, by helping our friends and family understand how it all works, it's up to us to make their entire business model unprofitable. And really, it all comes down to this one simple, powerful idea. Let this one really sink in for a second. Your data might get breached, but your composure shouldn't. Knowledge is truly the antidote to fear. So I'll leave you with this thought. The entire business model for this kind of scam runs on one currency, and that currency is fear. So what happens to that business model when all of us together decide to choose knowledge instead? Thanks for tuning in.